My daughter said, take a book of food tickets and you'll have no trouble. No trouble at all. Now they didn't so. Seems they have to have the 10% tip. And then there's a bottle of mineral water and a queer soda water too. They hadn't got any avian or Vichy, which seems queer to me. It is. They must, how you say, serve the water of the country, explained the sheep-faced lady. Well, it seems queer to me. She looks distastefully at the heap of small change on the table in front of her. Look at all this peculiar stuff he's given to me. Dinar or something, just a lot of rubbish it looks, my daughter said. Mary Depham pushed back her chair and left with a slight bow to the other two. Colonel Arbuthnot got up and followed her. Gathering up her despised money, the American lady followed suit, followed by the lady like a sheep. The Hungarians had already departed. The restaurant car was empty save for Pyro and Roger and McQueen. Roger spoke to his companion, who got up and left the car. Then he rose himself, but instead of following McQueen, he dropped unexpectedly into the seat opposite Pyro. Can you oblige me with a light? He said. His voice was soft, faintly nasal. My name is Roger. Pyro bowed slightly. He slipped his hand into his pocket and produced a matchbox, which he handed to the other man, who took it but did not strike a light. I think, he went on, that I have the pleasure of speaking to Monsieur Pyro. Is that so? Pyro bowed again. You have been correctly informed, monsieur. The detective was conscious of those strange, shrewd eyes summing him up before the other spoke again. In my country, he said, we come to the point quickly. Mr. Pyro, I want you to take on a job for me. Pyro's eyebrow went up a trifle. My clientele, monsieur, is limited nowadays. I undertake very few cases. Why, naturally understand that, but this, Mr. Pyro, means big money. He repeated again in his soft, persuasive voice, big money. Pyro was silent a minute or two. When he said, what is it you wish me to do for you, Monsieur Roger? Mr. Pyro, I am a rich man, a very rich man. Men in that position have enemies. I have enemy. Only one enemy? Just what do you mean by that question? Asked Roger sharply. Monsieur, in my experience, when a man is in a position to have, as you say, enemies, that it doesn't naturally resolve itself into one enemy only. Roger seems relieved by Pyro's answer. He said quickly, why, yes, I appreciate that point. Enemy or enemies, it doesn't matter. What does matter is my safety. Safety? My life has been threatened, Mr. Pyro. Now I'm the man who can take pretty good of himself. From the pocket of his coat, his hand brought a small automatic into sight for a moment. He continued grimly, I don't think I'm the kind of man to be caught napping. But as I look at it, I might as well make assurance doubly sure. I fancy you are the man for my money, Mr. Pyro. And remember, big money. Pyro looked at him thoughtfully for some minutes. His face was completely expressionless. The other could have had no clue as to what thoughts were passing in that mind. I regret, monsieur, he said at length. I cannot oblige you. The other looked at him shrewdly. Name your figure then, he said. Pyro shook his head. You do not understand, monsieur. I have been very fortunate in my profession. I have made enough money to satisfy both my needs and my caprices. I take not only such cases as interest me. You've got a pretty good nerve, said Roger. Will $20,000 tempt you? It will not. If you are holding out for more, you won't get it. I know what a thing was to me. I also, Monsieur Roger. What's wrong with my proposition? Pyro rose. If you will forgive me for being personal, I do not like your face, Monsieur Roger, he said. And with that, he left the restaurant car.